Welcome back to the channel. The cost of living keeps climbing, the stress keeps building, and every month your money disappears faster than it comes in. So let me ask you something. At what point do you start thinking about an escape plan? Because if you had to leave the United States tomorrow, not next year, not after months of paperwork, where would you actually go? Today, I'm breaking down 5 countries where Americans can get on a plane, arrive with just their passport, and start testing a completely different lifestyle almost immediately. No income requirement up front, no visa application before you leave. Now, to be clear, tourist entry is not permanent residency. If you want to stay long-term, you'll need to understand local rules, extensions, taxes, and healthcare. But the good news is this: Americans have far more options than most people realize. And stick around until the end, because I'm saving my top pick for last. It's a country that combines modern infrastructure, tropical beauty, the US dollar, strong expat communities, and one of the smoothest transitions in all of Latin America. Let's get into it. Number 1, Colombia. Colombia is one of those countries that has completely rewritten the story people tell about it. For years, most Americans only knew the old headlines. Today, it's become a serious destination for digital nomads, retirees, long-term travelers, and anyone tired of watching their money evaporate back home. What makes Colombia work is the combination: modern city life, natural beauty, and real affordability, all in one place. The coffee region, Pereira Manizales, Armenia, offers a slower pace, cooler air, green landscapes, and a more local feel. Bucaramanga is cleaner and more relaxed. And if you're drawn to the coast, Santa Marta gives you beaches, mountains, and Caribbean energy all at once. Cost of living is genuinely attractive. Local meals, transportation, fresh fruit, coffee, all of it can feel like a different financial reality compared to the US. Healthcare is another reason Colombia gets serious attention. Major cities have modern private hospitals, specialists, and dental clinics at prices that would feel unreal to most Americans. On safety, Colombia requires common sense. Some areas are best avoided, but expats who choose the right neighborhoods, learn the local rhythm, and stay aware report living very comfortably day to day. Easy access, beautiful scenery, modern cities, affordable life, strong healthcare, variety for almost every type of person. Colombia earns its spot on this list. Number 2, Malaysia. Malaysia is one of the most underrated countries on this entire list, and that's exactly why it deserves your attention. Most people jump straight to Thailand or Vietnam when they think Southeast Asia. Malaysia quietly sits there offering something those countries don't always deliver: real modern infrastructure, excellent healthcare, incredible food, and a surprisingly smooth landing for Americans. Kuala Lumpur is a genuinely international city. High-rises, public transit, shopping, hospitals, international restaurants, a big city lifestyle at a fraction of what you'd pay in New York, Miami, or Austin. But the real gem for long-term living is Penang. Colonial architecture, world-class street food, beaches, a slower pace, and one of the most established expat communities in the region. Georgetown specifically has a mix of history, culture, and seaside living that's hard to match anywhere in Asia. If you want quieter and cheaper, Ipoh delivers. Famous for its food and surrounded by dramatic limestone hills. Malacca is rich in history, and Johor Bahru gives you proximity to Singapore without the Singapore price tag. Food alone could sell Malaysia. Malay, Chinese, and Indian influences combine into something extraordinary, and eating out can cost just a few dollars. It is genuinely one of the best food destinations in the world. Healthcare is a major strength, especially in KL and Penang. International standard private hospitals that serve expats well, important for anyone thinking long-term. One honest note: Malaysia is excellent for testing. Long-term stay requires planning beyond the tourist window, so go in with eyes open. But as a place to land quickly, live comfortably, eat well, and experience Southeast Asia without sacrificing modern convenience, Malaysia is hard to ignore. Number 3, Armenia. Here's the one that surprises people: Armenia. Not Mexico, not Portugal, not Thailand, Armenia. And I'll tell you exactly why it made this list. Yerevan, the capital, is a real city. Wide boulevards, outdoor cafes, wine bars, museums, and on a clear day, views of Mount Ararat rising in the distance. For Americans used to expensive cities, Yerevan can feel like a revelation. Rent, restaurants, taxis, daily life, all of it can cost a fraction of what you'd spend back home without feeling like you're sacrificing civilization. Beyond Yerevan, Gyumri offers a slower, more traditional lifestyle. Dilijan, often called the Switzerland of Armenia, is surrounded by forests and mountains, perfect if you want nature and peace. Banizor is quieter still, with easy access to the highlands. Safety is one of Armenia's biggest surprises. Many visitors are genuinely caught off guard by how comfortable Yerevan feels, even at night. That kind of calm is harder to find than people expect. Now, let me be straightforward about the trade-offs. Armenia is landlocked. Winters are cold. The language is genuinely difficult. English is common among younger people in Yerevan, but don't expect it everywhere. But here's the thing. For the right person, that's not a deal breaker. It's part of what makes Armenia feel authentic rather than a place built for tourists. It has its own rhythm, its own identity, its own history, and it quietly offers something rare: safety, affordability, culture, and mountains in a country most people haven't even considered yet. Number 4, Mexico. Mexico may be the most obvious country on this list. It's also one of the most powerful. No ocean to cross, no dramatic time zone shift. Flights from the US are short and often cheap. Family is still relatively close, and depending on where you live, you might even drive there. For Americans who feel nervous about moving abroad, Mexico can feel like the most realistic first move. The variety is what makes it work for so many different people. Want safety, calm, and solid infrastructure? Merida, colonial architecture, good restaurants, slower pace, warm weather, Yucatan beaches nearby. Want mountain towns, art, and a strong international community? San Miguel de Allende is beautiful and walkable, though popularity has pushed prices up. Want something more local and affordable? Guanajuato, Querétaro, Puebla, and Oaxaca each offer history, food, culture, and a lower cost of living than most U.S. cities. And if you want the coast, Mexico has essentially unlimited options. Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Playa del Carmen, La Paz, Huatulco each attracts a different kind of expat for different reasons. Cost of living varies a lot. The most famous expat areas aren't cheap anymore, but choose carefully, live more locally, and Mexico can still offer a genuinely comfortable life for much less than back home. Food is a serious advantage. Markets, street food, fresh fruit, seafood, regional dishes, daily eating becomes both more affordable and more enjoyable. Healthcare is another major draw. Private hospitals, dental clinics, specialists, pharmacies, all at prices that feel almost incomprehensible after the U.S. system. On safety, Mexico isn't one place. Some areas have serious issues. Some states require real caution, but many expat communities sit in areas where foreigners live comfortably by using common sense, choosing the right neighborhoods, and staying informed. Proximity, affordability, healthcare, culture, food, variety. Mexico remains one of the easiest transitions Americans can make. Number 5, Panama. All right, we've reached the top pick, and I want to start with honesty. Panama is not the cheapest country on this list. If your only goal is finding the lowest possible cost of living, Colombia, Mexico, Armenia, or parts of Southeast Asia will beat it. But Panama is my top pick because it offers something none of those places can fully replicate: the best overall combination of ease, comfort, infrastructure, and familiarity all in one package. The first thing Americans notice when they arrive: the US dollar, no exchange rates to calculate, no watching the conversion on every purchase. Your budget just makes sense from day one. Panama City is the hub, and it genuinely surprises people. Modern high-rises, international restaurants, world-class hospitals, shopping, banking, a skyline that looks more like Miami than what most people imagine when they hear Central America. But Panama is much more than the capital. Boquete is one of the country's most beloved expat destinations, a mountain town with cooler weather, coffee farms, hiking, and a tight-knit international community. Retirees especially gravitate here for the pace, the organization, and the sense of belonging. Coronado offers coastal living within easy driving distance of Panama City. Supermarkets, restaurants, clinics, beaches, and a strong expat presence. David works well for people who want an affordable city with real services. El Valle de Anton delivers mountain town beauty in a stunning natural setting. Cost of living varies. Panama City's prime areas can be more expensive than people expect, but outside those zones, living comfortably for significantly less than the U.S. is absolutely realistic. Healthcare is a genuine strength. Modern private hospitals in Panama City with many doctors trained internationally. For retirees or anyone thinking long-term about medical access, this matters a lot. On safety, Panama is consistently one of the more comfortable options in the region for expats, particularly in the areas where foreigners typically settle. Normal awareness, smart neighborhood choices, standard precautions, same as anywhere. And then there's the location, close to the U.S., connected to the rest of Latin America. You can reach beaches, mountains, islands, and rainforests without ever leaving the country. For someone who wants to leave America but doesn't want to feel completely cut off from it, Panama makes the transition feel possible, not overwhelming. Easy access, the dollar, modern infrastructure, real healthcare, tropical beauty, established communities, a smoother landing than almost anywhere else on this list. That's why Panama is the top pick. So there you have it. 5 countries where Americans can move quickly with no income requirement up front. Colombia, Malaysia, Armenia, Mexico, and our top pick, Panama. Each one offers something different, but they all prove the same point. If life in America feels too expensive, too stressful, or too uncertain, you have more options than you think. Which one stood out to you? Would you choose Colombia, Malaysia, Armenia, Mexico, or Panama? Let me know in the comments. And if this was useful, subscribe and hit like. It genuinely helps keep this channel going. See you in the next one.